Okay, we are live here with the second episode of Keeping Up with the Colonials. My name is Alan. This is our live web show hosted every week from my living room and my little office here. And I have two guests with me and a co-host, Mitch Kramer. And thankfully, our pilot episode must have gone well enough because we've been renewed by Netflix for episode 2. So if our ratings go down, I'm blaming our two guests. And if we can't do this again next week, then I'm blaming you guys. So you have some pressure on you, okay? Is that right? You got that, Jim? You got that, Taylor?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So in lieu of everything going on with COVID-19, we've had to cancel all of our on-campus events. So we have decided to kind of bring what's going on at Robert Morris to you. So thank you. We have 2,300 people coming in already. So we got a big audience. I'm just kidding. There's not that many people yet, but they're coming in. So participants, as you come in, I just want to let you know, if you're watching, we have Jim Vincent here and Taylor Borelli and Mitch Kramer and myself. So feel free to ask questions, put some things up in the chat, anything like that. If you have a question for Jim, Taylor, me about Robert Morris, nursing, Ireland, anything you want, if we can address your questions, we certainly will. We're also live streaming this on Facebook. So if you want to go over to Facebook, watch it on there, ask some questions there. We'd love to have you. So I'm going to kick it over to my co-host, Mitch Kramer, who is going to tell you a little bit about tonight's sponsor.
Thanks, Alan. This week, we are sponsored by Fox's Pizza right here in Moon. I got a pie there tonight to eat. It's my choice of place in Moon. And tonight we're going to do a trivia question. And if you get it correct, your name will be entered in a drawing, and the winner will be named tonight to get a free large cheese pizza from Fox's Pizza. Alan's going to give you that question here in a little bit. But I'd like to say first, after Tiger King last week, I'd like to recommend you watch Extraction, which stars Chris Hemsworth, and that streams on Netflix. It's a fast-paced movie. It reminds me of 24, and it definitely lives up to the pre-movie warning that bloody violence does go on throughout. So, if you're looking for something to watch, tune into Netflix on Extraction. And everyone watching us tonight, please comment with what you're watching, TV shows, movies, recommend what you like. Back to you, Alan, for that trivia question.
All right, so my question, and I'm going to give audience members the length of tonight's show to kind of think of what they think the answer is. And then if you think you know the answer, say the answer to the trivia question is, and this is what it is. And all the people who do get it right, we will announce the winner of tonight's giveaway at the end of the show. So you have the next couple minutes to think of what the answer is. So the trivia question is, back in the mid-'70s when Jim Vincent was applying to Robert Morris, he put something significant on his resume. He said, I am exceptionally good at making these. And that is what actually got him his first interview here to become a professor at Robert Morris. So I know Jim knows the answer, and if he wants to give it away later, he will. So
That's terrible.
What is the food that Jim Vincent said he is very good at making? And he put it on his resume, and it went so well and caught so many people's attention at Robert Morris that they actually hired him because of that. So that's the trivia question. You guys can think of it while we go on. So our two guests tonight, retired RMU professor Jim Vincent. Go ahead, say hello, Jim.
Hey there.
Hey, Jim. And we have Taylor Borelli here. She's an RMU alum 2016. She was a nursing major and now works at the Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, obviously.
Well done, Alan.
Yeah. That's great. So, Jim, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what you've been up to.
Well, I retired at a good time because I had a full pension. You know, I spent the 6 months kind of doing nothing, and then some people I met from Cyprus invited me to go over to northern Cyprus. So I went over thinking I'd be there for a few weeks, and I've been going back and forth now for 3 years. I expected to be in Cyprus this February. But obviously things changed. Yeah. And, you know, that's what I've been doing. So I've been quarantined in an old house with a lot of books and having a great time. And it's good to see you, Alan.
It's good to see you. I'm glad we got you. I know there's probably a lot of people pulling you in lots of directions nowadays, trying to get you on camera. So I'm glad you're with us.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Jim, we do have a question for you. What's your favorite quarantine book?
I read Albert Camus' The Plague, and it's really good. There were a lot of epidemic books, as you know. One of the best known is the Journal of the Plague Year, about 1752. But yeah, I might be teaching a course this summer online, and so I think we'll be reading some plague books. They're really scary.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Good. And Taylor, first of all, you're our nurse in the Cleveland Clinic, so we want to say thank you to be out and about working in that industry. So let's give Taylor a big round of applause. If you're typing in, you can type little clapping emojis because Taylor is working around the clock. We're glad to get you, actually. We weren't sure how your schedule would look, so I'm glad we were able to sit down with you. So tell me, what's life like? You went from Pittsburgh to Cleveland and you're working. Tell me a little bit about that. And then I want to hear about how your first official question can be, you actually traveled to Ireland while you were at Robert Morris.
Yeah,
tell me about that.
Well, I moved to Cleveland about this time last year, actually. And I work in the operating rooms at main campus at Cleveland Clinic. So since this whole thing has started, it's been at first it was really hectic, but I have to give props to Cleveland Clinic right now. They made sure, and especially all the healthcare systems around in Pittsburgh too, that not only our patients are safe, but so are we, providing us with the proper PPE, doing different training classes for us to, brush up on skills in case we did hit that surge. So thankfully everyone's been social distancing that we can keep that surge down. And things are starting to look back to normal, or starting to get back to normal for us a little bit. Things are starting to open back up. Surgeries are starting to continue. So hopefully we can get this under control and things can start to, go back to a little bit of normalcy. But yes, I went to Ireland in 2016 with Robert Morris, and I loved it. It was definitely one of the best experiences that I got in college. And oh my God, I still have all my pictures hung up. I have pictures in my apartment. It was probably one of the best things I ever did.
Awesome. Jim, what was your favorite Ireland trip memory? And maybe Taylor, you too.
Giant's Causeway, seeing young people climbing dangerously high rocks when it was raining and the rocks were slippery, and Heather and I and Christine looking at ourselves, wondering if a death could be attributed to our poor management. That's one of my favorites. Also, one year we met the ambassador to Ireland, Dan Rooney, in the ambassador's residence. The most beautiful residence for an ambassador anywhere in Dublin. And of course, Mrs. Rooney, a great friend of Robert Morris and the woman who endowed the Rooney House for Rooney Scholars. That was really great because so many of those young people were Steelers fans, and to be able to meet Dan Rooney face to face was really great. But, I know Taylor knows Sneem is the most beautiful place in the world. And I love Dunluce Castle. Oh, and if my brother's on, I love the strawberry scones at the Wee Cottage with my friend Avril.
Okay.
Yeah, I could go on, but stop me.
I will. And Taylor, what about you?
Well, when I went, Game of Thrones was huge, and I was a huge fan of Game of Thrones, and we got to go to a lot of different locations that they were filmed, and we were all like geeking out about it and just going to all the different pubs and like just seeing places that were older than America basically, and it's still standing. There's so much history and like just nature. It's amazing. I would go back to Ireland in a heartbeat.
Awesome. Well, Jim, I got another question. Someone wants to know, what does the shirt behind you say? And tell me a little bit about what its meaning is.
Uh, Thanks,
So
Alan.
this is the green shirt with the yellow letters, which I can see is Jim Vincent University. So what is Jim Vincent University?
Well, Jim Vincent University is some T-shirts and an idea. I realized, Alan, and I think Taylor will understand what I'm saying. Some of my best educational experiences happened in Ireland riding on a bus, happened in a pub after we've had 3 or 4 beers and people are telling what they really think of education.
All good things. All good.
All good things. All good things. And when I went to Cyprus, I got to meet some amazing people, and I realized that Africans and Asians don't have the opportunities that people have in the United States, and so they develop a great sense of enterprise and entrepreneurship. So basically, Jim Vincent University is a group of about 12 individuals who are running projects of their own. And basically, we're a group of like-minded people organized in a very loose organization who want to use the talents God has given us to help other people find their path and their talents. And though we do different things, we're kind of united by love for one another. And so we offer resources and inspiration. So I was sitting in a coffee shop, a couple African guys, we were laughing. They were laughing at me because I was a white guy and didn't know jack. And one of them said, Jim, this is our university. They said, yeah, this is Jim Vincent University. And I said, no classes, only coffee. And what started as a joke has become a thing. And I had every intention of launching it right about this time. But because of the corona, I wasn't able to go. So I expect by the end of the summer, probably the end of August, early September, we'll do the official worldwide launch, and you'll be invited.
The worldwide launch of Jim Vincent University.
Yes.
What accreditation are you under?
We're under, we put our hand on a rock like this. I am a graduate.
Got it. Spin around a couple times.
Yeah. And, by the way, that's better than a lot of accreditations.
Well, I will let that be your words, not mine.
Yeah. But that's what we do.
So we have another question, Jim. This might be, who was your favorite RMU women's soccer player, and did she do well in your Shakespeare class? She thinks you might know who she's talking about.
Katie Pye.
That's Katie. Katie wants to know.
Hey, Katie. I see you're on. Katie once told me she won an award, and she named me as her favorite professor. And President Delomo said, "Why the hell would he be your favorite professor?" And Katie said, "He changed my life."
That's good.
And Delomo said, "Ow!" And she said, one time Katie turned in a paper and I gave her a B and I said, "This is a wonderful paper. The only thing that could have made it better if you had actually read the play."
That's good.
And Katie laughed and she said, "The book's too heavy." And so I gave her a paperback, and the rest is history.
Good.
A great person, and now a mother and married to another soccer guy.
Nice. And you must have made, she says true story, and you must have made an impact because she's here watching you and talking to you now.
Yeah. And believe me, the sarcasm will come in any minute now. So
that's fine.
Watch yourself.
We're waiting for it.
Katie's a woman with a mind of her own.
Nice. Good.
She went to Ireland too.
Nice. Good. Well, Taylor, a couple people want to know favorite RMU memory and what do you miss most about it now that you're gone? You're out into the real work world.
Yeah, I know. My favorite RMU memory, I would say I loved move-in days. I always volunteered at the move-in days. I don't know why, but I have the best memories from all 4 move-in weekends. It's just like, I don't know, everyone's so happy. It's a new start to the year. my work study did a lot of events, and I always got to help with those, and I love that. And I miss my work family, my Robert Morris work family. Hi guys. And what was the other question? I'm sorry, I forgot. I was
What do
rambling
you miss
on.
most about Robert Morris now that you're gone?
I miss
If
being with I miss being with my friends all the time, and, you know, like living on campus, and, you know, just like you're all in the same boat. And once you go into the real world, everyone's kind of on a different boat. Everyone has different things going on. And when you're on campus, you know, you're all studying for that same test. You're all studying for that same final. You're all in it together. And you just get a sense of like togetherness. So I miss that.
Good. Jim, what do you miss most about Robert Morris?
I had such wonderful students, and like you, they had minds of their own, and I always felt challenged, and you know, and there are a couple colleagues. I work for a guy named Tom Marshall, and he really he was a great teacher. He was a great department head, and he helped me because, as some of you who are listening know, you know, I start one thing and then do another, and the next thing I don't know where I am. And Tom was really good at directing me. And, you know, I wanted to mention his name because he was one of the leaders of the communication skills program, which is something I'm very proud of.
Yep.
For, you know, a number of reasons that you know well, Alan. I miss a great friend named Darcy Tannehill, who was a real innovator. She brought online education to Robert Morris, and she also brought non-traditional education. I loved all my students. I had a special affection for people who've been in the workplace and came back to try to get their degree when they were 35 or 40 years old. And if I knew who was listening to this, I could tell some interesting stories, but I won't. But I'm sure a few of those have tuned in, and they went on to do great things.
Good. Well, I do want to say that nobody has answered the trivia question yet. So, Jim, we know the answer to this. So I'm going to give a clue. We've had chocolate chip cookies, cupcakes, a lot of baking things. The clue, it starts with the letter E, and it's 2 words.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll start with that.
Those are good. Those are good hints.
Yeah, starts with letter E.
Now, when somebody gets it, I'll explain the reason for that.
Ooh, we got egg salad.
Close.
Not the right answer, but keep them coming. So we'll let people think of that. And I'm going to turn actually to the next part of our show, which is the game part of the show, which I'm really, really, really excited for. This is called Battle of the Generations. So we have multiple generations here on the show. So there we go. We have the official logo over here, and then I'm going to just hold up my printed out low budget commercial, you know, looking thing there. So this is Battle of the Generations. I'm going to hold up words, slang words from each of your generations and see if the opposing person knows what that means. So first, we're going to start with some slang words that are being used around town today. Okay, Jim? So if you can't get it, you can phone Taylor, and audience members, if you know the answer, or if you think Jim's right, type in there you think he's right. So, Jim, TikTok. What is a TikTok? What does this mean to you?
It's a communication technology online.
Close. Taylor, what do you think?
It's an app that people post videos on.
Yes.
Dances, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as useful as you'd think. Anyway, okay, this is one that I did not know until today when I looked it up. Hundo P.
Don't know.
Don't know. You got to guess something. Anybody give him a hint?
I'm looking.
Master P?
Oh.
Not Master P. Doesn't have to do with Master P. Taylor, what do you know?
Is it 100%?
Yes, it is
it
the
100%?
shortened version of hundo, 100%.
Great.
And I don't think it means you got 100% on your test, right, Taylor?
No, I've never seen that one before, if we're being honest.
Okay.
That was a guess.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let some of our audience members who are out there type in when would you use the term hundo P? Because I don't know. Okay, this one Taylor, you're gonna have to explain this.
Oh.
V, Jim, any idea? I think that it's not an A, it's a V.
That's V top.
What do you think?
I am stumped.
I can use it in a sentence. Those egg rolls were V good.
Very.
Is that right, Taylor?
Yeah, that's right.
You're just shortening one word, not like VP.
Yeah.
Just making it a single letter now instead of
Where does that stop?
communication.
When do we stop just dropping the second half with words like?
I'm not gonna like him. I'm V excited to be here.
Good. I'm V excited to be here too. Jim is V confused. We'll say that.
Yeah.
All right, Jim. This we're gonna do a couple from Jim's age now. All right, ready, Taylor?
Good.
All right, Taylor.
Okay. Oh, like from Greece, like the cool kids, right?
Cool kids, Jim.
If you weren't a greaser, you didn't think they were cool.
Okay.
But yeah, those were the guys with the hair slicked back and cars up on high rise.
Got it. Were you a
Pretty
greaser?
close, yeah.
Jim, were you a greaser? What were
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
No, I wasn't a greaser. I was a nerd.
Got it. Okay. What
I was a nerd to athletes and an athlete to nerds. I never fit in. Yeah.
Good. All right, we got another one from Jim. I think I spelled this right.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Taylor, what is this?
I have no idea.
Weisenheimer. Jim, anybody out there? Yeah, you got a couple of people praising you for being a nerd, by the way, Jim. So.
Yeah.
What's
a Weisenheimer is what a parent or a grandparent calls a child or a young person who makes smart remarks that are inappropriate for the dining room table or for after mass.
Got it. Okay.
My brother says a wise guy.
A wise guy. So
okay. A wise guy.
A smart aleck.
Yeah.
A wise. Yep. Good. Okay. So we got.
I know that personally, Alan.
Yeah, exactly. I was called a smart aleck way too many times.
Yeah.
All right, Jim. Not what you'd expect, Jim. What is this? And this is an acronym. This is an acronym.
Right. Greatest of all time.
Yeah, there you go. The Tom Brady, right?
Not in my book.
That's good. That was the right answer. Greatest of all time. This one I just learned today too. Taylor, maybe you can help out because I still am not really sure.
Okay.
Ooh.
Anybody? The tea is piping hot.
I don't know that.
The tea is piping hot today. I don't know it either. You got any guesses, Jim? If not, Taylor will.
I don't know.
Yeah, Taylor, what does that mean?
It's like the gossip, like the hot gossip.
The hot gossip. So, like, use it. When would you say that?
Like, you know, oh, there's good tea in the office today. Like, there's a lot of good gossip going around.
Oh, good gossip.
On The Bachelor, Alan.
Oh, okay. It's a Bachelor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So we got one more for each of you. This one, also, Jim, this is an acronym that people type out, apparently. Anybody know this one on the audience members? Anybody?
I don't know that one.
IYKYK. That is correct. Taylor, what does this mean? IYKYK.
If you know, you know.
Well, what is it?
If you know, you know. That sounds like knowledge, you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know,
you know.
If you know, you know. It's like it is what it is.
I don't know. I guess. All right, Jim. Last one for you. Jim should know what this is. Taylor, do you know what daddy-o?
It's a friendly greeting of two hipsters to each other.
I think no. This is from your age, Jim. You're supposed to know this one. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
A friendly greeting.
Yeah. It's a way we greet each other, Daddy-o.
Okay, I've never heard of that. Taylor, any idea? This is the last
I'm
one.
gonna go with what Jim said.
There you go. I still don't get this. So Taylor should know. Jim, what does this mean to you? And there's not a comma. I thought maybe there's a comma missing, like I stand, but no, it's just, anybody know what this is?
I don't know.
I stand. Taylor?
It's like when you agree with something, like you stand with them.
You stand.
I
No,
agree.
but like stand. Like
Yeah.
I stand with the Steelers. Like you're
Come
with
on,
them.
just dropping letters left and right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me ask one.
Okay.
Taylor, what does dope mean to you? D-O-P-E.
Means pretty cool. Like, that's dope.
That's a heavy metal band from the late 90s, early 2000s for me.
Really? Is it?
I can't say any of the lyrics, though.
Yeah. It's unbelievable awesomeness that no words can explain. Dope.
That's one way to think of it.
Where'd that come from, Alan? Do you know?
All the hipsters, the cool kids.
Yeah.
The greasers, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Adios.
I really don't know. And so that is all. Mitch, who was our winner? Were you keeping track? Because I wasn't.
I don't know if we got the answer right.
No, I'm talking about this game. Who is the winner between these two? Who got the most right? We'll call it a tie.
I think Army Community's the winner after that.
Okay, I think we can agree that everybody tied. We all won on that one. Good. The nerds like it when everybody wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The liberal snowflakes, Alan.
That's right. we do have a winner of our pizza giveaway. We had one person get it right. Maybe two. I'm looking through now. So, Jim, your friend Katie seems to be the clear winner here. She got egg rolls, man. Yeah. We had a lot of egg salad, eggplant, egg rolls. Those are the right ones. So, Mitch, you want to tell her what she's winning?
One large pizza with cheese from Fox's Pizza and Moon.
It's good, as long as it has cheese. So we have a couple more questions before we kind of sign off. Taylor, what is the most rewarding part about being a nurse?
I like the fact that you can, for even a few moments, be someone's person. You can be their most important person besides their family in one moment. And they lean on you. You are their advocate and you're their voice. Even, when they're getting surgery, you're still advocating for them. And I think that's so rewarding to know that I have their best interests at heart.
That's amazing. And that's great. Give me all these. Let me see if we can, everybody ought to go down to the chat bar and put some clapping hands in there. I'm going to do that. So this is how you do it. There we go. I'll throw a couple in there for you, Taylor. Yeah. Virtual claps and the real claps from everywhere. So
thank you.
Jim, Jen wants to know, is the beer better in Ireland or America? And I think I know the answer. My sign.
Yeah.
There we go. We're still alive. We're good.
I would say as long as it's wet, it's good.
Well, what makes beer good is being thirsty.
Good point.
That's number one. But also, just the Guinness is better in Ireland. And, one of the ways that you camouflage bad beer is get it really cold. And frankly, the Guinness is better. The Guinness is better in Ireland. My friends in Ireland are really bummed out because most people in Ireland live in relatively small houses, so they do their socializing at the pub. And not being able to go to the pub is killing my friends.
I can imagine.
Just killing them. And, also in Cyprus, people don't entertain at home. They go to a cafe and the coffee shops are packed. And now you can't go. But beer is better. Can I do a commercial, Alan?
You can. You have your 30-second spot paid for by Fox's. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Many of you out there graduated from Robert Morris. And Robert Morris is a good idea. offering a quality education that opens your mind and prepares you for a career is well worthwhile. And Robert Morris and all universities are going through some tough times. So we need you alums to support the school.
Nice.
And I would say, and I'm sure Alan agrees, that this is a time when we find out what's really important to us. And the community of scholars, the Great Student Life program, athletics, be they Division I or intramurals. So I'm asking my friends, stand by Robert Morris. And if you'd like to help international education, there is a Jim Vincent fund called Jim Young. Give your money. But I'm very proud of what Robert Morris stands for, even though I did get in trouble for expressing my opinions from time to time.
Yeah, that's okay. We all do. Well, that was very well said. And I just want to go on record and say we did not anticipate him saying any of that. So that was perfect. We did not coerce him or twist his arm or send him any beer to say that. And I can attest by saying all four of us on this call, we're all alumni. So Mitch and I both went to Robert Morris.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we're happy to be here. And you said student life, those kind of events, not being able to do that is kind of a big effect. And that's why we're doing this show. We want to stay engaged with our alumni at Robert Morris. I can say that me and on behalf of everybody who works there, we miss you and we want to stay connected and stay engaged and give you guys a reason to come back and hang out with the Robert Morris that you know and love. And that is why we're doing this show. So that is pretty much all the time we have tonight. So if you have any other final questions, you got to get them in now. Jim, we do have one comment rather from a Mr. Jeremy who wants to thank you very much for contributing to RMU and humanity. And he went to Ireland with you in 2007. And
I remember him well. Yeah. He was in the first group.
That's good, in 2007. So it's good to see some of your friends and former students around. And we also want to thank Taylor for, again, everything that you do and what you're excited for and your passion toward nursing and just being that helping hand and that person by somebody during tough times. So thank you to Taylor and thank you to Jim. You guys are awesome. And this should be it. That is all of our questions. So if you have anything else, we're going to post this up on Facebook and YouTube and everything over the next tomorrow. So you can share this with any of your friends. If Jim, you got any people over in Ireland who are quarantined and can't go to the pub but want to hear about you, send them this way.
I'm sending it to my friends in Cyprus.
All righty. We're excited. We'll have you guys on if we get our Nielsen ratings back and we did a good enough job. Maybe we'll have you guys on for a reunion episode.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're signing off. Thank you so much. Stay well and stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Taylor. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Thank you.